how I am. So it was like, that was like the biggest like eye-opening moment when I first got here. It was like, this is so cool. Like everyone is so friendly.
Welcome to episode 7 of Nick from Roman's Empire. I'm Nick Vattiato.
I'm Roman Gagliano.
And today we have Jeff Murphy, former MTSU quarterback, host of the Group of Five Guys podcast, and a Murfreesboro business owner as well.
Appreciate you guys having me on, man. I've been looking forward to it.
Appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, man.
Looking to learn a little bit about the podcast world. It's me and Nick are new to it.
Yeah, it's a big world out there. You just got to try stuff and see what sticks, man.
How long have you been doing the Group of Five Guys podcast?
So this will be our 4th season coming up in the fall on doing it, where we've traveled to different Group of Five schools, done the show, weekly show, interview coaches, players, athletic directors. So coming up on year number 4. So it's been a crazy long journey.
That's awesome.
That's pretty sweet.
That's pretty sweet. What do you think you've learned, like year one or season covering throughout your years covering the seasons?
As it pertains to just podcasting?
Yeah, I think as it pertains to podcasting, then like kind of how you grew it.
Man, you got to love what you're doing, number one, because people get into it and they want to get big and make a bunch of money, which it's out there. We hadn't figured that part out yet, but you got to be like, if you love it and you enjoy it and you're doing it with somebody that's a good friend or whatever, like you can get through a lot of the initial, like, very few rewards of it. Yeah. And I don't mean monetarily, I mean just like satisfaction wise. Because most people they'll start a podcast, they'll do like 7 episodes and they're like, wow, this is a lot of work.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not getting anything from this, so I'm going to stop. But, you know, obviously me and my co-host Matt Sprouse, who was an offensive lineman here, we played college football. We love college football. And we got done playing. We felt like, you know, ESPN, the Fox, Fox Sports, CBS, like nobody ever talks about the Group of Five schools, right? So, like, well, hell, we're already watching the games. Like, let's start a podcast. So we started doing that. We started traveling a little bit. And when we would go to places, we'd meet fans at tailgates and stuff. And it was just like, man, this is really cool. Nobody's doing this. We like it. Do more. So, like, that would always kind of re-energize us to keep going. And then when coaches would find out about it, coaches were like, this is awesome. Like, I'll come on. So we've been to almost 25 different Group of Five programs in the country, interviewed coaches, players, athletic directors. We get to go behind the scenes, see their facilities. Like, they just open it up to us because nobody's giving us any type of coverage. So it's like, it's real niche, right? And nobody's really doing it. So we kind of found our little spot there. Fans like it, coaches like it, players like it because they're getting coverage. Yep. And at the end of the day, like, we're just helping spread that there's great programs, great players from every school in the country that, I mean, the vast majority of them don't get talked about, right?
Yeah.
You go on ESPN, what are they talking about? Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee,
Texas,
the same, Ohio State, Michigan, the same really like 10 schools. And I get why they do that, because that's where the biggest fan bases are. That's where the most money is. Right. But you have, now 60 plus universities that literally get no coverage other than their in-house and local news and radio. So that's what we're trying to do. And just, I would say if you're passionate about what you're talking about, then it's easy to go in and do it every single day. Even so, like us 4 years in, like, we're still spending more than what we're making. But we see the value in it, and we see that hopefully one day it could really be something big.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is sweet.
Yeah. And it's taken you like a lot of – like you guys were at the Boise State, Penn State playoff game, right?
Fiesta Bowl.
That was pretty cool.
So, yeah, and like it's taken us a while to build credibility, because I remember our first year we wanted to do certain things, and we'd contact athletic departments and be like, hey, would you be interested in like letting us do a show, like just – on the field or campus? Like, you don't really need anything other than power from you guys. And very early on, it was like, no. And now 4 years in, we got like a pretty big body of work that people are like, oh, these guys are actually like pretty serious, and they're not just a bunch of jackwagon fans that want to go and have a good time. We do want to do that, and we do want to show, the tailgate and the local restaurant and bar scene. Like, we still want to do all that, but like we're serious about what we're doing. So, getting access to the Fiesta Bowl as like a media outlet for us was like a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Because most schools will let us come in and they see it now, but like Fiesta Bowl is its own body.
Yeah.
And, like, they're very, very strict on who they let in. So it was a really cool opportunity. And then just getting to see, like, on the field, you know, Boise State, who was the best Group of 5 program last year, and then Penn State, who was the top, you know, program in the country, made the playoff, to see them go head-to-head and be like, man, like, I mean, Boise State had an opportunity to win that game. They missed 2 field goals, which changed the dynamic. And you guys know this.
Yeah.
Like, little 4 or 5 plays throughout a game will change the direction of that game. But, like, Boise was right there, and they had a shot. And that's what we're trying to disprove is, like, yes, there are every year 3 or 4 programs, physically they're different. They just are. You saw Ohio State, what they did when they got into the playoff, right?
Different.
But everybody else, is the gap is a lot closer than what people think. So we got to see it firsthand, and it was a pretty cool experience.
Would you say that's the coolest place y'all have been with it?
That was cool because it was the first ever playoff game for a Group of 5 program, right?
Yeah.
So that was cool on its own merit. But we love going to programs and getting to meet the coaches and talk to the fans and talk to the players. To me, that's our favorite thing. And then going to see, you know, different venues, and, like, App State is one of our favorite places. If you ever get a chance to go see a
pretty
game,
North
Isn't
Carolina's
it?
really pretty.
it's
Mountains
unreal.
and-
So you got the scenic, you know, background, but
Yeah.
that town shuts down. They all go to the game. People drive in, you know, 2 hours from Charlotte, and they've sold out season tickets for like over a decade.
Wow.
Like it's an awesome atmosphere. And, you know, Georgia Southern, that's another great place. Like
Yeah.
we've been to all these schools, and it's been really cool and eye-opening to see, like, from an athletic department standpoint, from a program standpoint, from a fan standpoint, like what works and what doesn't. And ultimately, like, part of it why we've done it is want to get some of this information and try and bring it back here, right? And like, hey, I'm just letting you know, like, I'm nobody. I don't work for the athletic department or the football program, but, like, this is what I'm seeing in other places. Take it for what you want, but it seems to be working there.
Yeah.
Maybe we can try and do something here, and then, you know, get starting the NIL collective here, Raiders Rising, trying to implement some of that stuff through that avenue, and ultimately help you guys out.
That's dope.
That is awesome. Well, before you started covering Group of 5 football, you played. You were quarterback here. How was that? What was that like?
Man, it was awesome. I mean, it literally, like, changed the direction of my life.
Yeah.
You know, and I owe a lot to, you know, this university, this athletic department, Coach Stock. He's the one that, you know, recruited me from California. I was a JUCO kid, so I had 2 years left to play and a red shirt. And literally, like, didn't know what to expect. Hadn't been past Nevada in my life. I was, like, as far east as I got. And, man, came out here and, you know, obviously got an education, but I met my wife, who's born and raised from here, Scarlet Landing at the time, and literally have, you know, my family. We got 3 sons, my business here, Domenico's Deli on the Square. Like, I owe so much to something that happened, you know, 15 years ago. And that's why I'm going to come and support you guys. I want this program to be great. I want what happened to me to happen to other players, because that network of relationships, when I got done playing, like, I really didn't have a lot of people. I'm not from here.
Yeah.
You know, obviously I had the resources of the coaching staff and that, but from a business standpoint, like, I didn't really have that. So it was like, it took me, you know, 5, 6, 7 years to really figure out, like, how to make my way in this community. Because my first, you know, 3, 4 years here, I was a student, I was a player. Like, back then, you couldn't go out and really do the things that you guys are able to do.
Right.
So that's what, you know, I'm trying to do, and us as a board with Raiders Rising, is get you guys a network now while you're playing. That way, hopefully, when you get done, you can, I mean, if you guys want to, you can draw on that network. You
Yeah.
have these relationships that can benefit you off the field for the rest of your life.
Speaking about your shop, Domenico's
Yeah.
sandwiches, amazing.
Appreciate
Got
it,
a cannoli
man.
last night at like 8 o'clock.
Really?
Fire. That is so good.
Appreciate it, man.
It was so
Always
good.
eating them on the planes, too, before games.
Yeah.
Even
See,
though he said don't eat those because you got to come in
Well,
and get
they're
an actual
just, I mean,
sandwich.
you know, we got to make, you know, usually we make like 160 boxes or sacks or whatever, and each, you know, they're just ham and cheese. If we
And
make
bread.
300 sandwiches for you guys.
Yeah.
There's so many, and the staff and everything, like, so pretty plain. You know, don't get me wrong, it's fresh bread, fresh meat, and all that stuff, but you got to go in and get it right off the line, fresh off the press.
Yeah.
That's the best way to have a Domenico's sandwich.
And we've talked about it before. It's like a family business, right? You brought that from California.
Yeah,
Tell
so
us a little bit about that.
and you guys can appreciate this being paisans. Like, my grandparents came from Italy.
Yeah.
Ended up, you know, in New York for a little while. Went to the West Coast and started the original Domenico's Deli way back when in 82. So it's been in my hometown for over 40 years. They retired. My parents took it over. So I grew up in it as a kid, busting tables, doing dishes, rolling meatballs, all that stuff. It's really all I really knew. And I love doing it. I love serving people. And so when I got the opportunity, I worked for my father-in-law after I graduated here. He owns Rick's Barbecue in town.
Nice.
And learned a lot from him, how to run a business, all those things. And then decided to go for it in January of 2020, right before COVID started. So we opened about a month and a half, and then the whole world,
Rough time to start.
whole world
Man.
shut down. I've always had good timing though.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's doing well now, though.
Yeah, no, we're growing, and
awesome.
we've been very blessed. This community's again been great to us, and so we try and do our best to serve this community in any way we can, and just want to offer a good sandwich, good product, good customer service when people walk in, make them feel like family. Man, that's what it's about. That's what a community is about, right? Taking care of each other, and trying to support the other businesses on the square. Because we got a great downtown area. We got a great community here. And for so long, I mean, really since I've been here, it's felt really disconnected. So I've tried to do my part and getting people reconnected and showing people hey, I'll just give an example again, App State. Boone and App State are so intertwined from a city and a university standpoint. Everybody benefits. When one benefits, everybody rises, right? And I think that's one key why they've been so successful. So
That's awesome.
trying to make a bunch of connections. I'm on a couple different boards and within the downtown community of let's get everybody back on the same page. Let's get everybody connected, because let's not get it twisted. When you guys eventually sell out the stadium, 30,000 people, whatever it is, guess what? That's 30,000 people that are downtown in this city. Where do you think they're going to eat? Where do you think they're going to stay?
Yeah.
In Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
So it's getting the business community and people to buy in and understand that if you get this reconnected, it's going to benefit you, even if you are a Tennessee fan or an Alabama fan or whatever, which I still can't understand. Your degree on the wall says Middle Tennessee, but yet you're wearing all orange. I don't know. They can do their own thing, but man, support where you went.
Yeah.
They got you this opportunity. They got you your degree. So that's part of also what I'm trying to do is just reconnect MTSU and the business community downtown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of funny you say that, because even you walk into the Dick's on Medical Center and they sell all Tennessee stuff or
You
all
can't
Alabama
find a
gear.
Blu-ray. Me and my dad were looking around the Avenue and stuff. You can't find the Middle Tennessee hat anywhere.
Textbook
Stuff.
brokers across the street, they got good stuff.
Yeah, Textbook Brokers
My dad's
has
got a
it.
big old head.
Man.
It doesn't fit his head.
Finally, the local Walmart has a small section
Small
of
little
stuff.
section by
Yeah.
the cash registers.
Yeah, and I get it. Dick's is a corporation, right? They want
Yeah.
to sell what is going to make them the most money.
Yeah.
But that's why I try and as much as I can shop with small local businesses, because more times than not they have ties
Yeah.
to MTSU and they have more control over what they can sell and what they put up. So there's we got a ton of good Blue Raider owned businesses, but yeah, merch is slim.
Hard to come by.
Hard
It
to
is.
Hard to
It
come
is.
by.
So hopefully we'll with Raiders Rising, we got our new website coming up in a couple weeks. Hopefully have that launched and hopefully have some custom. Won't be MT specific merch, but it'll be Raiders Rising. But I think we got some cool stuff on the horizon.
And also, I think you drive around, you see more Alabama Crimson Tide license plates than you
Or,
do
stickers on the back of the
MTSU
car.
stuff, and you're just
Yeah.
all right, dude.
I get
Still
it.
live in Tuscaloosa
But
at
see,
this
that's the
point.
thing. It's how it is with everybody, right? Everybody wants the easy thing.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's easy to be an Alabama fan because they've won for so long.
Yeah.
It's easy to be a Tennessee fan because they're the big school, and I get it. A lot of people here grew up as a kid. Their parents were fans. I get that. I have no problem with that. But if you graduated from MT, dude, just support them as much as you support the other.
Yeah.
But we've struggled as of late. You know what I mean? But we're rebuilding, but it's going to mean more to the people that have been invested in it, that have supported it, and when we finally, this coming year,
Yeah.
feel it. When we rise and we do some big things, everyone who's hasn't left is going to be yeah, I was a part of it. And it just builds that sense of community. But it's hard. I'm out there spreading the gospel, boys. I promise.
Yeah, I like
No,
that.
I'm
you
trying
are.
to get people to
Big on
to-
that community
to
unity. I like that a
understand it.
lot.
Community
Like that a
unity.
lot.
That's a good one, Ron.
That's
Community
good.
unity.
Well, he said it, I mean.
That's good stuff. Well, you mentioned before coming to MTSU, you had really never been east of Nevada.
Yeah.
So what was growing up in like the Bay Area and California like, and just kind of like your childhood and those experiences, and then like on top of that, was it like a culture shock coming over here?
Yeah,
a
it was.
little bit?
It was definitely a big culture shock. I mean, growing up in the East Bay, Oakland, Alameda, it's a huge melting pot of so many different cultures, and it's a huge area, right?
Yeah.
San Francisco, Oakland, like there's millions of people that live there, very fast paced. But Alameda, I can't even say it, specific island that I grew up on, it's literally an island in the East Bay. So like you have to go through Oakland to get there. So like it's a unique small town feel in a very big, metropolis area. So very blessed where I grew up, having that small town feel. When I came to Murfreesboro on my visit, I was like, wow, there's a lot of similarities of this small town feel. And that's one of the things that really drew me to it. But man, I mean, California is such a beautiful state. I mean, you literally have whatever you want within like a 3-hour drive. If I want the beach, I can go to the beach in 45 minutes. If I want the mountains, snowboard, ski, whatever, it's 3 hours. If the desert's my thing or camping, like you can literally go wherever you want, do whatever you want to do, and find whatever you want to find. So I was really blessed to like grow up in an area like that. And my family had been there a couple generations. So, a lot of the friends that I grew up with, like their parents and my parents grew up together.
Yeah.
So it was a very unique situation. And then played 2 years at Laney College in Oakland, and then transferred out here. I was like, I don't know what to expect. Like like I said, never been past Nevada. Had just seen some movies about the South, but that was literally all I knew. And so coming here, but the thing that I loved about it was everyone was so friendly, and so like welcoming. And like I remember when shortly after I got here, I went to Kroger. Like I knew where to go, like 3 places, like the grocery store, the post office, and my bank. Like, that was the only places I knew. Like I was at Kroger standing in line, and I hear somebody talking to me, and this doesn't typically happen really on the West Coast. And like I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say something?" And there's just this nice lady, and she was just, "Oh, how you doing?" Just chopping it up in line. I was like, "Wow, this is awesome." Like it's just a normal conversation. This person's really, really nice, and like they were just genuinely wanting to know like how I am. So it was like that was like the biggest like eye-opening moment when I first got here. I was like, this is so cool. Like everyone is so friendly, and not that there's not friendly people out on the West Coast. It's just it's a lot more busy. People are just this is what I got to do. I'm on my got my blinders on, and you're just going from one
different
one
lifestyle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just a different way
Different
of operating. So it was really cool to come out here and see how people would literally like open their homes to you if you needed it, and feed you or do whatever. So that's why we ultimately
People are nice, man.
Yeah.
They drive slow, but people are nice.
they do drive very slow. That's one thing that drives me nuts.
If I had to knock them, they're
That's
slow
the
drivers,
one
man.
con in the
That's the
process.
one con. They're slow drivers.
I mean, you guys had. I mean, I know you're from Florida, so
Yeah.
it had to be a little bit of a change, right?
It was. Definitely. Obviously, like outside of like the weather, because like Florida's your summer all year long. So then coming up here, like experiencing different seasons for the first time, I would say it was kind of cool. But then like you get into this like, little period where it's just like 3 weeks of gray clouds and rain, and you're like, this kind of sucks. But it was cool, and like you said, like people are really nice, and it definitely is like a different kind of, lifestyle just in terms of like the pace that people are moving at, and kind of like everyone's, like super friendly, very nice, kind of going about their own business, but also being very helpful, and it's been really cool to experience. And then Florida is much like kind of where you grew up, like everything is a million miles per hour. Everyone is doing their own thing, blinders on. There's so many people going, so much going on.
Which I'll say is like you guys obviously aren't there yet, but like I got 3 boys, and when you got you're trying to talk about where you want to raise your family, like there's not a better place than Middle Tennessee. I mean that slow pace actually pays a lot of dividends, and kind of makes you like able to focus on what's really important. And obviously there's nothing wrong with being raised in a city and in a big area like that, but it's just I don't know, I couldn't imagine like financially like wise and just the way society is, like trying to raise my 3 boys out west. It'd just be so difficult. Like I don't know if we could make it. And that's why you've seen a lot of people in the last 4 or 5 years kind of move from those big cities out to
growing.
It's growing a lot
Fast. They're building townhouses. They're building everything.
Yeah. That's It's one of the fastest growing counties in the country.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Best thing they did was add that third lane on Medical Center.
Oh, it's huge.
No one even uses it. They don't know about it.
I know. Even still, though, like you can try and go down Medical Center about 5 o'clock.
That's rough.
Yeah, just avoid. I know all the back side streets now, so I'm just like, as long as I'm keep moving, I don't care if it adds 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So.
Third lane. Going which way?
Both
I'm
ways.
unaware.
Both
I
ways.
don't think
they like
Rome, you
added
gotta
on the
get out,
right
man.
side. Rome doesn't get out much. I don't
do a
think.
lot.
I don't know if Rome's really been in. Do you go to that side of town?
Medical?
Yeah.
Like where the avenue is, right?
Yeah.
You went to Blaze?
Pizza?
Like-
Yeah.
Like
It's on
months
Medical
ago.
Is that where it is?
That was
though?
that was like 6 months ago that we went.
it was not 6 months ago.
It was 4.
But is
it
that
was
where,
during
is
the
that where the
season.
third lane is?
Yeah. Like they added it on that road was what I was saying.
Where Canes is.
Yes. That road.
It's funny, it's like 3 restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good spot.
Big food guy. Rome's a big food guy.
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
We
What's
love
your
food.
favorite food, Roman?
Fruit salad.
Fruit salad?
Roman can make a mean fruit salad.
Fruit salad. that's
Really?
fine. That's my go-to. I like hot dogs a lot too, though.
I love a good street dog.
Yeah.
That was good. I wouldn't say like
That's a unique.
Solid.
Like I asked you, what's your favorite food? Fruit salad and hot dogs.
that is a
Most
filthy
pe-
duo, though.
most
man.
people
You put that in front of me right now, I'm tearing it up live.
Interesting
good.
combo.
What about you, Nicky V? What's your favorite food?
favorite food. I mean just pasta, pizza and pasta.
Eat it while you can, man.
Man,
Why do you
I
say
eat
that?
every single night.
Dude, I eat carbs like that now. Like I don't even eat a sandwich every day. I wish I could. It sticks to you. Not burning as many calories as you guys are.
Yeah.
Metabolism slows down a little bit. So enjoy all that pasta. Get all those carbs now.
Need it.
Well, back in the day, how was it like? Because being with Raising Rising, the collective, and like NIL and all that. Do you like NIL? Like, are you?
Yeah.
Because some people who played back in the day are like mad about it that they didn't get the opportunity to.
I mean, what is that going to benefit me to be mad because I couldn't get paid? Like, yeah, it kind of sucks. But to be honest, I probably wouldn't have got a lot of money anyways. But no, I think it's great for you guys. I think it's important that you guys have at least the opportunity to go out and make something off your name, image, and likeness, right? And making those connections, I think that's what's more important for you guys. Is like, it's great if you guys can get some deals, and that's what we're trying to do is connect you guys with businesses that want to support and that makes sense, and that can not only benefit you but benefit the business. But it's whether we like it or not at this point, it's not going away. So and I think people have this misunderstanding of what true NIL is, and they see the things on ESPN where the quarterback at Michigan got paid
Like $7 million.
$7 million. Like that is less than 1% of what is actually happening. Like those are the outliers you see on ESPN and CBS because they get ratings, right? But what true NIL is important for you guys, and it's an important engagement with businesses, with the community, kind of getting everybody, back involved and wrapped in. And at the end of the day, like you guys have options now. The transfer portal is a real thing. And, if we want to keep our good players, like we gotta get you guys involved and get you guys monetary value to hopefully not only you enjoy being here, but some people are out there trying to contact you guys and offer you stuff. So we got to do our part. And that's why we started the collective. There wasn't one here. And we're like, we got to do this. We got to keep our good players because we're tired of them getting poached by bigger programs. And a lot of the times, like, the kids are getting sold something that's not even real. So not only is it to connect you guys, but to just be a resource for you guys. Be like, hey, I know this agent's contacting you. Like, let's talk about it. Let's see if the agent's even legitimate. Oh, he's just started this like 3 months ago? Well, that doesn't seem like a very good idea. How does he know that Duke's able to get you $150,000 right now? You haven't signed anything with him. How does he know that? Mm-hmm. So is he shopping your name around before you guys even have an agreement together? Well, those aren't very good business practices. Is that somebody you want to trust? And then at the end of the day, too, it's like, let's say Syracuse is offering you $200,000 to go up there. That's great, but let's look at the real dollar amount because you're paying state tax now when you go to New York. You got your federal tax. You guys are, filing as single, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you're going to jump up in tax brackets a lot quicker when you're making a lot more money. So at the end of the day, let's look at, all right, this is what we're able to offer you guys. This is what their claim deal is. you're making a decision for potentially at the end of the day be $25,000 difference. Yeah, on its front end, it looks like $100,000 more or whatever it is. But like, that's a big jump for $25,000. I don't know if that's worth it going into a situation where you really don't know anything about.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot of unknowns, and that's where we want to be a resource for you guys. And let's just talk through some of this stuff.
Yeah.
If it makes sense, dude, I'm gonna look you in the face and be like, hey, this is legitimate. Like, this is life-changing money. This is something you got to really decide and think about. And then it's up to you guys. But at least give you the information. Be like, here it is. This is what it looks like. Because what we want at the end of the day is you guys to be successful in life. That's legitimately what we want.
Education.
That's it,
Educating
man.
us,
Some of those
yeah.
deals are insane, though, like you said.
It's insane.
What would you do with $7 million right now, Rome?
It's a lot of fruit salad.
Probably get new clubs.
Ooh, I was
Get
gonna
new
say
clubs,
go
maybe get a
play
get
around a golf.
car. Yeah. I don't know. Probably invest.
Oh, invest in what?
Who knows?
Big stock guy?
No, nothing. Know nothing about it, but
If you got money
Invest-
like that, you definitely got to
you
take the
gotta make
vast
sure to protect it or
majority
something.
of that and
You
invest
know,
it. And let it grow.
Bruton was telling me about day trading.
I got a buddy back home.
I know
Apparently that's
nothing
hard
about
though.
it. Day trading,
I don't either. It was like it's legalized gambling is what it is.
Actually,
It's legitimate. Think about
Yeah,
it. Like
'cause
you're
you
betting
really
on.
do. You win or you make.
You're
money, or
investing your
lose it.
money into a company in the hopes that they're going to take off and grow and all this stuff, right? It's the same as like if I bet, on the Warriors to win last night. I'm investing my money on a future outcome. I could lose, I could win. So it's just
I did not
it's
know
sports
that.
gambling just for the business world. And people it's their full-time gig, man. They get there, they'll buy and they'll sell like a ton of times in one day. And they'll make a profit or they could potentially lose.
that's sick.
I don't
Maybe I'll look
understand
into
it. I don't
That's
understand
hilarious.
it. I don't understand how it works, but yeah,
Yeah, I'll stay clear of it for now.
you got time.
Yeah, time. I feel old. Roman makes me feel old.
How old are you, Roman?
18.
Makes you feel old, man.
God, 18.
See, you just made him feel old.
You make me feel real old.
No way.
What do you mean, no way?
I don't like. I make you feel because I'm like childish or like just
Yeah,
No,
you
no,
probably-
because you're young.
Yeah, you were born in what? You were
Okay.
born after the
Childish.
2000s. Any kid that's born like after the 2000s, it's like,
What were you?
I mean, I was born in 2002.
Oh,
yeah,
two.
that makes me feel young too.
Yeah, well, it's all right. We all got time. Do you think, like, back when you were playing, if there was one NIL deal that you could have had outright, like, what do you think it would have been? That you're like, man, like, I want that NIL deal.
I don't know if I have one like specific, but I mean, just coming from the restaurant world, like I'm doing one with the Boulevard. I mean, they're great. Jeff Neville and them are awesome
Yeah.
over
He
there.
is great, dude.
And probably just doing something with a restaurant because I grew up in it and understand that how hard it is to operate, a restaurant and just see the value in it and want to be able to help them and then also, get a nice deal. They were big. I'm trying to think of another one. And obviously, my father-in-law had Rick's Barbecue, so maybe potentially something with that. But I think
Where's
I'd
that
stick
at?
in the
Yeah,
restaurant
where
space.
where is Rick's Barbecue?
All right, you know where Riverdale is?
Mhm.
High school.
No, but
All right, so if
that's
you're
okay.
going Church Street,
Mhm.
Church Street, right? You go over the interstate.
Yep.
You take a right on Warrior Drive. It's right there. You can't miss it.
Church Street. A lot goes down on Church Street. Alex Mitchell was talking about Church Street
Oh, he went to Riverdale.
on the but
Church Street.
That's his side of town.
so the
It's Church Street though.
I don't know, but like Toots is over there.
Yep,
He
Toots
was
South
talking
is
about
over there.
Toots.
Yeah.
Wait,
The
Indian
Mexican
Hills.
place?
Yeah, it's right.
Indi-
yeah.
Oh, okay, Indian Hills.
Yeah.
Boom, golf.
Yep. So
I know.
before you
Indian
before
Hills
you
is
get
on
to
the
Indian
left.
Hills, before you get to Indian
In the
Hills,
neighborhood.
it's like your first major light off after the interstate.
Okay.
You just take a right. You can't miss it. It's right there.
That
Got
is a
loaded baked potatoes. These things are like football size. They're phenomenal.
smothered
Pulled
covered.
pork.
in
Yep.
you remember that?
Butter,
Dude.
sour cream, cheese, bacon, green onions.
Let's go play around a golf and then go to
And
Rick's
then,
Barbecue.
dude,
That's what you do.
that sounds like a good day.
I'm telling you. Let me know. Anne Marie, my sister-in-law, she runs it, so she's usually over there.
You busy the rest of the day?
And we're-
I got a delivery for the judges at like 11:30, and I got to work through lunch. Are y'all playing golf today?
Tea time. What time's tea time?
I'll get my phone out. I'll make
120?
one right now.
Look, you got at least give me a day. Picking up kids from school.
Day notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on
Yeah.
us. It's on us.
You don't have to worry about that yet.
But we'll play.
Not yet. We
We
do not have
talked.
to worry
We
about
talked
that yet.
about me, you, That's 3, and then add
John.
Cipriano and
Yeah,
play
John.
around.
Yep.
We'll make us
That'll
awesome.
be fun. Yeah, we were talking about that last podcast.
I'm not
That'd be
good at
awesome
golf.
to get
though.
it planned.
I'll
I
smack
mean,
it
I'm not
around a
either.
little
Roman's probably the best one, but it's more about the good times.
bit. Ain't no doubt. And the conversations that
Yeah,
happen on a golf course.
exactly.
Take the show on the road.
Coming soon.
That's right.
So I was pointing to the viewers.
We could get Mr. Matt on board with that, maybe. Last time though,
We got thumbs up
because
from
there
the
would probably have
producer.
to be like a golf cart filming us. The last time we did something with a golf cart filming us, I ran into the golf cart filming us. Remember that? Yeah, that's tough look.
You were driving.
I was driving the golf cart.
Well, you were just talking and riding in the back of it.
Yeah, and Mr. Matt and Rory were in the golf cart in front of us filming, and I.
Just stop.
It's
That's
okay
funny.
though. It happens.
Hey, you learn. Now, next time when we do it,
There you
it won't
go.
happen.
We're gonna be pros.
Exactly.
Rummel hit a hole in one.
On camera?
Could
Gosh,
you imagine
that'd be
that?
the highlight of
How
my
good
life,
are
maybe.
you really? Like, do you have a handicap?
Probably like, I don't know what handicap means. That's like what you shoot over.
He played in high school. Weren't you on your high
Yeah.
school team?
Oh, okay.
Junior year.
So you're good.
He's
then.
good.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't just like go out there and play for.
I
I
hack
shoot
it up.
probably like
Yeah, I'm.
mid 80s to low 80s probably.
Yeah, you're pretty good.
First
I'm not-
time I went golfing.
I'm a mid 90s
Yeah.
regular.
But that's fun.
Yeah.
The first time I went golfing, I drove on the green because I didn't know.
Unreal.
It's okay.
You didn't.
I
Who were
knew
you
that.
playing
It
with?
was at like the nice little neighborhood
You didn't play golf growing up?
golf course. No,
There's just tons of golf in Florida.
there is tons of golf, but shout out Tin Cup in Davie, Florida, man. It's just a nice little place, great food. I drove on their green. If they ever see this, I'm sorry.
So what is this, a golf course?
hmm
10 cup.
You can play 18 holes for
Should we go to
$25.
spring break maybe?
That's a steal.
Really?
That's a steal.
Is it a nice course?
Tells you what you need to know.
You can't do that. That must have been back in the day.
Yeah,
You're not playing $25 anymore.
I'm telling you. You guys come down to Florida and we'll go golfing.
be there.
Huh?
Matt, you there? Bring the camera there.
Nicky Roman's Empire takes a vacation trip down to Florida for spring break.
Wow. spring
No
break
question.
That'd be awesome.
trip. That'd be dope.
That'd be awesome.
All right.
Well,
That's all the time we got today.
here's with the outro. Sing it.
All right.
No, I'm just kidding.
Come
Sing
on,
it.
dude. Come on, dude. All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in to Nick and Roman's Empire, episode 7. Thank you, Jeff, for
Thank you, Jeff,
coming
for
on and
That
dropping some
was
wise
awesome.
words.
I
Yeah.
appreciate you guys having me.
Appreciate everything you do too.
Yeah.
Raiders Rising, all of it, supporting the community. It's been awesome.
Hey, it's all for you guys, man.
Community
Just wanna
unity.
get you guys connected.
Unity.
Word of the day, everybody. Community. Words of the day.
2 words of the
Community.
day.
Community unity. All right. Well, join us next week with a special guest. We're not going to tell you guys because it's that special.
Hope it's special.
Who knows?